acting up again. So let me just like adjust something here and we're good to go. So hello beautiful souls, welcome back to the Victory Light. Welcome back to the Victory TV. My name is Joy Victory and I'm your host, and tonight is a special night, a quiet one to be precise, a deep one. It's a night where we are not rushing through life. We are here to slow down. We are slowing down to look back at the stories that shaped us. Life at times is a strange teacher. It teaches you through joy, through laughter, through blessings, through pain. Yeah, mostly through pain. It teaches us through silence, through heartbreaks, through disappointments, through moments where we feel our lives actually feels like is not okay. It teaches us through moments where we felt like the ground beneath us was really shaky. And most of the time, we don't talk about these things. We move on quickly. We pretend we are okay when we are not even, when truly we are not okay. We pretend to be fine when truly we are not fine. We smile for people while our hearts bleed silently, mostly. We act strong while deep down we carry the weights that nobody. Hi, Halda, how are you? Kindly subscribe to my channel. We carry the weight that nobody sees, but today I want this space to be a little bit different. Tonight we are opening a safe space, a gentle space, a place where we breathe deeply, reflect honestly, and allow ourselves to speak. So we are doing story time plus life lessons, the things that have shaped us to whom we are. And this is story time with J Victory. Not just to entertain, it's to heal, to grow, to learn, and to remind ourselves that everything we've gone through hasn't been in vain. How are you? Yeah. So if you're watching this live right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulder for those people whose shoulders are high. Let your mind rest. Let your hearts open. Because today we are talking about the little things that force us, actually, the little things that forced us to learn. Not the easy way, but the hard way. Yeah. And if you feel like okay, if you feel comfortable, please talk in the comments. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me how you're doing, because that is actually what matters the most. And later on, feel free to share pieces of your story too down there. I'll be here reading to you, listening to your stories. Tonight is your night, tonight is our night, and tonight we heal together. But first, before I forget, I am a voiceover artist. This is Joy Victory TV channel. We do professional voiceovers. I write stories, I do voiceovers. So if you need a voiceover for your business, you need a voiceover for anything that you just want it to be voiced, kindly feel free to contact me through my email. My email is in my bio, my description link. As well, you can as well text me or call me through +254 7903772926 for voiceovers. So let's head to our story time. I want to talk about when life threw me to a rock bottom sometimes back. There was a period in my life where I genuinely felt empty, not sad. I was just empty. Like I had given pieces of myself to the wrong people for too long. And you ever reach a point where your heart feels tired for no specific reason? You wake up drained, you go through your pain on autopilot. Atitutam. Hey, Ian Brown, how are you? I know you're from Kenya. Hi, are you married? Kabala TV. Do you wanna marry me? Well, you ever reach a point where your heart at times feel tired for no specific reason? Hi, Ellen Murithi. Benjamin Mulwa. Hi, kindly feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on healing conversations. Yeah. Beautiful ladies are everywhere. Hassan Biru. Okay, every lady is beautiful and everyone was created in God's likeness. Do you like Pakistan? I am not, I'm not selective. I just like appreciate everyone because God created us all, you know? Yeah. So back to my story. You at times you wake up drained. You you go through your day on autopilot mode, you know? You smile at people but inside you are disconnected. Yes, I'm from Kenya. I just mentioned it before. That was me. I was trying to hold things together that were already falling apart. I was trying to be people who weren't strong enough for me, and I was trying to pretend that everything was okay, even when it seemed not to be okay. I was trying to pretend that everything was fine, even when they were not fine. I just didn't want anyone to see that I was hurting. That was me sometimes back. Then life did what life does best. It really humbled me. You know, I lost things, I lost people, I lost comfort, I lost control, I lost even parts of myself that I thought were permanent. Yeah, so I remember a specific day sitting alone asking myself, Joy, how did I even get here? You know, that is a question that most people ask. I see Kenya is very small. It's a very small country. I'm patriotic. Why do you say that you see Kenya is very small? Hassan Biro, nice. Okay. So like I just sat down and questioned myself, how did I even get here? Like who have I become and what am I even living for? You see? So sometimes life will put you at a rock bottom. Not because it hates you, but it's because that is the only place where everything becomes quiet enough for you to hear your own voice. You know. Javier Lewis said hi. Hi, how are you? And for the people who are texting and then you're retracting your messages, I don't understand what you're doing. Is it a game you're playing? I don't know. But anyway, this is a safe space for everybody. Feel free to comment down there. Yeah, that's why there is a reason as why my chat box is open. Yeah. And also kindly subscribe to my channel. Yeah. So back to my story. So sometimes life will put you in a place not because it hates you, not because everyone around you hates you, but it's actually because that is the only place where everything becomes quiet enough for you to hear your own voice, to re-identify yourself, to be able to understand yourself even way better, you know? And at the rock bottom, you don't have to pretend. You don't pretend. You don't fake strength. You don't sugarcoat things. You just always call a spade, you know, not a big spoon. You actually meet yourself when you are in your lowest moments. Your wounds, your fears, your insecurities, your truth will always unveil themselves. And what actually that is where mostly the transformation of your own self begins. Yeah. Paki- Pakistan have biggest mountains like K2, its biggest mountain in the world. Oh, okay. Kenya too has biggest mountains. We have Mount Kenya. Everyone like and subscribe. Kindly tell them. Thank you so much. Yeah. Tell them to subscribe. Yeah. So at times you need to understand that God will actually, sometimes God will let everything around you to collapse so that you finally rebuild correctly, you know. The rock bottom wasn't my end, it was basically my set. I think that is where I came to understand myself even way better. And when you go to the Bible, thank you so much. So we go to the Bible, we can get this man Job. Job was actually wealthy, and God used him to even boost his faith, and he came back even a better person. There is this person who was sent to go fight Gideon, you know. Gideon was sent to fight, and initially there were so many soldiers. I think he was amongst, I don't know how many soldiers, but God actually selected him. And at times, just God will always use you for a reset. So always allow each and every moment to happen. So I want to talk about the person who hurt me but became my greatest teacher. You know, there was sometimes back there was these people that there was this person that I really trusted deeply, someone that I poured myself into, someone that I would share a lot with, you know. It was just a good friend of mine. This was someone I believed in more than I even believed myself at. And this person really hurt me. Not in, okay, he hurt me. He or she hurt me. Let me just not be specific. Okay, she hurt me. It was a lady. She hurt me. Not with insults, not with physical pain, but with physical. Actually, it was with disappointment. He, she hurt me with inconsistency. She hurt me with betrayal. She hurt me with emotional neglect, you know. And this silent heartbreak that crept in, it actually crept in slowly. Yeah, it crept in slowly. But here's the truth. It's rare. It's rarely the pain that breaks us mostly. It's the realization that we expected better from these people who have hurt us. And I kept thinking, if I love them more, they'll change, you know? So if I'm loyal, they'll be loyal. If I stay, they'll things between us will always get better. But sometimes your presence is exactly what enables someone to mistreat you. Yeah, that's actually what I can say. So this pain taught me something more powerful, that sometimes people are not just meant to stay in your life forever. They are meant to pass through it and teach you who not to be and what not to tolerate, and not how not to be treated. Basically, these people come to your life to help you understand on the importance of creating boundaries, you know. Yeah. So at times when people bring you down, you don't have to go back and fight them, exchanging words with them. At times you just have to let them. You let them do their things, you know. Maybe their purpose in your life has come to an expiry, and you have to accept it. At times friendship breakups are even more painful than the normal physical the relationship heartbreaks we face. So you just have to like allow everything happen. You have to let go of people, you have to let go of some things that they have done, you know. So that experience basically showed me my weakness, it showed me my worth. I learned my worth from it, from the whole experience of it. I learned how to set boundaries. I learned how to say my no at times. I learned how not to tolerate some things, you know. And not everyone you lose is actually a loss. No, it's not a loss. At times, it's just like God adding some more wisdom to you. My hobbies: watching cricket, also, and football, hockey, swimming, and etc. What about you? My hobby is right here. I'm storytelling. Yeah. And remember that not everyone you lose is a loss. Not everyone was meant to stay in your life forever. And some losses are just a divine protection. God has made it happen. Some rejections you face are always a redirection, you know. And some closures are just God's loud way of saying that this is not your home, or these people are not your people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that is basically the whole concept. When people choose to cut you off, it's always important not to fight for what. Okay, when someone has chosen to leave, always let them leave. You don't have to fight for some friendship, you know. You don't have to fight for some relationship because they're going to drain you even more than making you a better version of yourself. You'll find yourself interacting with some people who are just like there to drain you. They're there to, and at times, okay, I was going through TikTok and then I saw a lady saying, I think she was a South African, saying that, Atika Madi, say hi, how are you? You can tell me only one reasons why I subscribed to your channel. Can you tell me only one reason why I should subscribe to your channel? Well, I'm not forcing anyone to subscribe. It's your choice to subscribe. For me, it will be a request for you to subscribe to my channel because I do healing conversations that help someone, you know. I'm here to help someone fight their childhood traumas. To It's just like we're breaking some cycles, you know. There's some things that we've faced in life and we don't want them to keep on repeating. So like I'm here to help someone understand the importance of breaking cycles, the importance of the importance of setting boundaries, the importance of reparenting themselves. I'm here to help someone understand the to understand how they can use their losses as setbacks, you know. So it's just like I'm creating a safe space for somebody out here who is heartbroken, for somebody out here who is broken beyond repair. You can actually choose to heal by just listening to my episodes, and you know that by subscribing to my channel is just a one way of you supporting me. So it's not like I'm forcing anyone to do that. It's just like it should be a self choice, and you should like feel the conviction towards doing it, you know. Hi, you're beautiful. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Yeah. So let's talk about the fear that really forced me to grow up. From all the experiences that I've shared before, you know, that moment when you're standing between your old life and your new life, but fear won't really let you move on. I'm talking about that specific moment. That moment where at times fear wouldn't let me move on, you know? Like someone here has just asked me, what is the reason as to why he or she should subscribe to my channel. I remember when I was starting this channel, Joy Victory TV, putting myself on camera, you know, speaking from my heart and being vulnerable here in an online space. It was the one decision that took me it was actually a one hard decision that I had to make. You know, it's not an easy thing. You don't know how people are going to take you. You don't know how what are the challenges that awaits you, you know. And at times you just have to like allow yourself go through some things. You have to appreciate every moment. By the time I was starting this channel, and I started this channel in September. Right now we are in November, September, October, November. So we are 2 months on since I started the channel. It took me a longer time. You know, people around me will tell me, Victory, why don't you create a platform where you're going to be speaking to people, making stories to them at times, making healing conversations, because I love giving people around me a healing space, you know. So someone told me, a very close friend of mine actually told me that, you know, you can do this by just like creating a platform where people will watch you, people will listen to you. You don't know someone out here who is actually giving up on life and they really needed to listen to you. And that's it was actually a bold step that I did. Oh, thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Thank you for your subscription. I really do appreciate. I'm humbled. So it was just like not an easy thing. Actually, I was scared to start this channel. I didn't know if people would watch me, you know. Even when starting live streams, I didn't know if I'll ever even have a single viewer, because there is someone I always watch that was speaking about right now. He's at okay. His channel is around 500,000 plus subscribers. He was saying when he started, he will join live streams with zero viewers. So it really scared me. You can imagine him being someone who is well known globally, and then there is now me who nobody knows. I was so scared to start this. I didn't know if people would watch me. I didn't know if I would actually embarrass myself, you know. I didn't know that. I didn't know if I had a voice worth being listened to. I didn't know if I could voice myself. So what I can just tell someone here who is listening to me, who is watching me, there is a version of you on the other side of fear, you know, that actually you will meet if you if you actually keep playing safe. If you choose to let yourself go through some things, you'll get to understand that version of you. I didn't know I'm this courageous to face a camera and speak to people that I'm not seeing. I didn't know that. I've been to I've been to platforms where I've been a speaker, I've been a moderator, but I didn't know that I can have an one-on-one conversation with people that I'm not seeing. I didn't know that I will start a channel and create these conversations and just like get positive people. I didn't know that. So at times it's just a matter of starting something to be able to re-identify yourself, to redefine yourself again way better and way better. So if you feel like you can do something, just start it up, you know. You don't have to listen to people around you, because the moment you start listening to people around you, they'll always give negative opinions and you'll always find yourself stuck in one place. You don't have the grace to move on each and every time, you know. So when I started, I had no guarantee. Nothing was promised, but something in my spirit said that, Joy, take this first step, because you don't need to see the whole staircase. That is something we always do, you know, for the people who stay in apartments where they have to climb a staircase. You don't see the whole of it. You'll actually you always move through it spirally. So since you can get to a building moving spirally, you don't see the farthest end. That is the same way you can just start something. You don't know, people out here will be there watching you, receiving you, ready to just embrace you. Blastivo said hi. How are you? Kindly subscribe to my channel for you not to miss out on healing conversations that are way that I always upload on my channel. So yeah. So I had no guarantee that someone is gonna watch me. I had no guarantee that I'm going to create to even get a single subscriber. I didn't know that, because I've always had the illusion that people who come to YouTube, most of them have to be public figures out there. They have a good number on their Instagram pages, on their Facebook pages, like they're widely known for people, for their fans to move to this platform. But you see, God always just work things out in miraculous ways. You create healing conversations, and here we are just growing each and every day. My channel is growing. I meet good people. Some people here actually use my contact box. I've created even friends from YouTube. Some people here follow me on my Instagram. Some even follow me on my DMs to check out on me, to check me out. It's just a great thing that I feel like I created a great fan base, you know? Yeah. So the moment I obeyed my inner voice, my life changed. Actually, it took a turn at that point. Like my life changed completely, you know? You are low-key motivating me. Wow. Thank you. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you so much for the feedback. I really do appreciate you. So what is the life lesson of this whole point, where at times fear can be a big distractor of who you're supposed to be? The life lesson here is that if you're scared, that is good. If you're scared, good, that means that your next life level is close, you know. You just need to move, because moving on is the greatest thing you can ever do to yourself at a point. So what are these mistakes that keep repeating until you learn? I want to talk about the mistakes that keep on repeating, the mistakes that we keep on taking in and in and in and in until we later on learn when it's late. And I always say it through the people. Okay, I don't know if I should just give a little narration of a book I read. I was reading this book by the name, I think it was Verity. No, I'm not gonna talk about Verity. I think Verity, I'll use it in a different lesson I'll be doing, in a different story time I'll be doing. But I was reading this book. It starts with us and it ends with us by Colin Hoover. I've read those two books that I think they are a sequel of each other. And there was this particular lady who was born in a family where domestic violence. Actually, she grew up knowing that life with men is just a life full of chaos, because the dad will hit on her mom each and every single day. So she knew that that was the point. That is how love was explained in her homestead. And this particular lady again, every time the mom was beaten up, the mom will be told sorry by the dad, and the mom will embrace that sorry, and life will continue. But every time the mom forgives this particular man, it now becomes that if yesterday she was slapped one single slap, tomorrow now it's double. So it kept on growing. The beating kept on growing until now. Colin, this lady met a man in her teenage life, and this man showed a lot of love and care and concern, but she didn't know that is she didn't okay, for her it was something new. It was like a culture shock because she was never allowed to interact apart from going to school, and in school she didn't interact with male colleagues. So when she was growing up, now being a teenager in adolescence, she's trying to find love, and then this particular guy shows love is supposed to be. She kept on questioning because she doesn't deserve that kind of love. Mr. Christopher said hi. How are you? Kindly, Christopher, subscribe to my channel. So this particular lady grew up knowing that that love. Okay, she liked the love she was being shown by the boyfriend, but later on the boyfriend relocated to a different state. I think that book is written basing on the states in the United States. So like the guy relocated to a different state, and this lady now left with the mom. So growing up, she chose to open a shop, and opening a shop, she met a guy again, a different guy now, and this guy, they they loved each other. They even went ahead and married. They got married because she just like felt like that is a simple way of her appreciating love. So she got married to this particular guy. The guy was a surgeon now. And this guy, they were just okay, things were cool. The guy was a provider. The guy did everything that the lady needed, and she knew that this is the kind of love that she was missing in her childhood. But there are things that still discourages me. Things like buying all the resources I needed to start a video, editing if someone doesn't know how to edit. So to the jobless people, they're slowly quitting. Now, I thank God that you've brought these up. Let me pause the story I was narrating and now respond to your statement. If you listen, okay, if you actually go and view my videos from the first video that I made. The first video I did was, I think it was going to Kempinski. You can see how shoddy it was. The second video, okay, now let me talk about the healing conversation videos that I've done. The third, it was the third video now, which actually was my first very video that I did concerning mental health, because I love things to do with mental health. I even own an organization by the name The Young Leaders Africa. So I chose to now like use my platform to do that. When I started that healing conversation, you can see the kind of video I've done until to date. I don't use any camera. I just like use my phone. At times we just have to get started. Good things will always come their way. I don't even know, like maybe one day somebody here might bless me with a camera. But right now I just like do my vlogs using a phone, and my phone is Oppo. So like I did my first video, and even my last uploaded video, it was it's actually what is it? It's actually fun recording. I use my selfie to record it. And I even remember there is one of my fan who came to my DM and told me, you can, okay, the second video that I did, my background was actually showing the background. People are used to aesthetics. So my background was showing how my bed looks like, how the things behind me looks like. And then this particular person told me that you have to get yourself a good What is it? You have to get yourself a good place. You can create a studio in your house and just do beautiful videos. You can look for someone to come and record you. And I'm like, where am I supposed to get this person to record me? Because I'm just trying things out, I'm just like trying to figure things out, but I wasn't able. So I didn't want to exchange words with this person. I just like told him, thank you so much for your for your compliment, for your comment about my videos. But still, I have nothing to do. I don't have the money to buy quality cameras. I don't have the money to buy even more important tools that are needed in when it comes to video editing. So the only thing I use is my phone. When it comes to video editing, I still use my phone, and we have the editing apps that you can use whenever you're trying to create vlogs. So you don't have it. Someone needs to know that they're not saying me to put your phone on landscape mode. I placed my, little did I know it auto rotated on the viewer's side. So I didn't know that. So later on, going back to check on it now on someone's TV, I saw it was like it was I wasn't like uprightly seated. I was vertically. I think it's horizontally placed. So at times you don't have to quit. Every day is a learning day. You keep on learning each and every single day. Yeah, you just have to learn. And learning takes time. You don't have to rush everything. You take things gently. You just have to be gentle enough to understand things the way it comes. So as I was giving this story about the lady, she met a guy, and this particular guy, they were talking. This particular guy, basically, they got married, and now, one single day, I think after she got I think okay, she got married in a very good family. The sister to the guy loved her so much, and the sister to the guy was also married, so they really appreciated her existence. And now, when she was pregnant, this particular guy, I don't know what happened. They got drunk, and then the husband now slapped her. Remember me? Yes, I do remember you. You told me you're Fred 5, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I do remember you. So this particular guy, this particular guy slapped her, and the lady felt like whatever the mom had gone through has again resurfaced. So this guy again, when he sobered up, he came and told the lady, "I'm sorry about this," and the lady forgave him, and they kept on moving together. They kept on with life. And now it happened that there's this particular day where this lady now had given birth. I think the first week of her giving birth, the guy was actually a neurosurgeon, and this guy was now from a shift, and he came. I think he was exhausted, and the lady now was now doing well in her business, and now the teenage ex had now come to the state that she's in, and they happened to meet, and this ex now had seen that the lady had moved on, but he now like asked the lady if they would be like friends, and the lady accepted. So when this particular guy, the husband to the lady, saw that the lady and the ex are friends, he again hit the lady. This is after, I think it was last week, the first post post okay, post is it post okay, the first week after giving birth of her postmortem. Yeah, is it post no is it postmortem? I don't know if it's postmortem. Yeah. So after the first week after she had given birth, this husband again hit her, and then the husband came back and said, "I'm sorry." So the lady felt so bad and went and told the mom about what was happening, and then her mom told her, the moment you keep on telling these guys you are sorry, that is okay, well, the moment you keep on forgiving them after they've said sorry, it will always worsen. So the lady didn't want the daughter to grow up knowing that men are also bad people. She chose to take the bold step of leaving the marriage and asked for a divorce. That was actually when the man again came to apologize, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry. It was because I was tired. I didn't want to hear your ex's name." And then the lady told her, for the better of our daughter, I think co-parenting will be the only good thing we can do. The only thing we can do right now is to divorce. And I thank God that even the man too saw that it was going to be a cycle, and he chose to let go of the lady. So at times you just have to let go of some things. And now, back to what I was talking about, this mistake that keep repeating until you learn. You see, this lady learned it a little bit earlier, but if she would have let herself keep on receiving the apologies from the husband, it would have turned out to be the worst form of thing, because she would regret it, because the daughter now I think would have grown up seeing the mom go through domestic violence. And remember, domestic violence has really killed so many children who have been brought up in setup. So one thing about life, when you don't learn the lesson, will actually send it again and again and again. But each time it will only hurt more. You know, when life sends it again and again, it keeps on hurting even more. And once you stayed in a situation that drained you, you ignore the signs, you have explained yourself, you apologize for the things that you didn't do, you know, you try to be someone's peace while they are your storm, and every time you try to walk away, you return, because you are confused with you actually confuse care with attachment. You're doomed. Let me say you're doomed, you know, because life will actually keep on showing the truth, but it won't close your eyes, you know. It will actually keep on showing the truth even when you close your eyes. So you don't have to close your eyes on it. You have to at times just allow yourself to see it. Sometimes life will keep on sending signs, but you'll always keep on justifying the signs. And now this, there is someone who asked me to speak about domestic violence, and it's sometimes people request for some conversations that I always feel that it's a little bit heavier for me, but I'm gonna do that episode again. Someone asked me to speak about domestic violence, but what I came to realize is that sometimes you can like see these red flags even if you're still in that relationship. Let's talk of, you're still dating this particular guy, or even you're still dating this particular woman, and then he or she hits you when you're still like dating, but you still keep on giving chances to this person. Like, you're seeing the red flags, but you can't just let go of the red flags. I don't know, at times maybe it's something that is here to distract us that you keep on just ignoring. I don't know. So you keep on justifying, like, maybe this person will change. Nobody will change when you want them to change. It's always a matter of them deciding if they are willing to change or not, you know. So life will keep on showing you signs, but you'll always keep on justifying until one day the pain will become even louder than the excuses you have for it. So, what's the life lesson here? A mistake repeated is no longer a mistake, it's always a decision. Igu, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. How about you? Where are you watching me from? Kindly comment down there and kindly subscribe to my channel. So, as I was saying, a mistake repeated is no longer a mistake. It's usually a decision that this person has chosen to it's just like a choice. They've made it. It's a clear decision that they've made, and you can do nothing about it. You're not even the one to create change to these particular people. That's the life lesson of it. And that day, you actually okay, and that day you'll always make a new decision. That is choosing you now. When people have now like shown you that they've made a decision of hurting you repeatedly, that people have shown you that you've always made a mistake of accepting them with their downfalls, you know. That's the day you'll actually make a new decision of choosing yourself over and over again. And how do we now talk about how the day your worth becomes non-negotiable after all these happenings, like these things have happened repeatedly now? How do you like make yourself, like, how do you make everything around you non-negotiable? Actually, let me speak about myself. There comes a moment everything becomes very clear. Like, you look at your past, your heart breaks, the sacrifices you made, the sleepless nights you've had to face, the silent battles you've had to face. So when you look at all that, mostly you'll realize that you're more than what you actually settled for, that your self-worth doesn't really scream loud. It doesn't scream loud. Mostly it whispers. It's actually your self-worth actually, it gently tells you that you deserve better, you deserve respect, you deserve the peace that you needed, your inner peace. Your self-worth will always remind you that you deserve love that doesn't need to confuse you. You don't have to question that kind of love that you get from people. And once you accept that you accept that your worth, you accept yourself, everything around you will always change. The people around you will change. The people around you will view you differently from how they viewed you before. You'll also view yourself differently from how you viewed yourself before. You'll stop questioning your worth. You'll stop belittling yourself. By this, you'll raise your standards so high. You're actually your boundaries, that the boundaries you've set will always even tighten more and more. Your energy will shift into different things. Maybe your energy was just focused on one thing, it was stuck somewhere. It now shifts, it turns out to be so open-minded to do different things. And even the decisions that you make will always become cleaner and cleaner each and every day. Life Oprah said hi. How are you, Oprah? So the decisions that you even make becomes more cleaner and more clean and even bold. You don't have to feel guilty about saying no. You don't have to feel like you've disappointed people. So when you know your worth, you stop negotiating with people who don't really deserve you. Your spirit simply refuses less, it settles for more, because you deserve better. That's a take home. You need to take that home. And now I want to understand, for the people who are watching me, what's that hard life lesson that life has taught you? You can as well just comment down here. So you can as well comment down there. I just want to read your comments and see the hardest lesson that someone here has really faced, and you feel like life taught you this thing in a hard way, and maybe you learned through it. Hi, Benson from Canada. How are you, Benson? I hope you're enjoying the live stream. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in. For the people who are here, kindly subscribe to my channel. Feel free to subscribe, because this is a home to any person. It's a safe space for everyone. So you can as well just comment like the hardest lesson you've faced in your life. You can as well, okay, for somebody who feels like you have a story that you feel like can help someone who is also viewing to change, can you please, like, just comment the kind of a story you feel like you want to change. I'm okay. Send your number. My number is always business oriented. So if you want to contact me, +2547903777926. And you can as well go through my description box. You'll find it there. It's there. Yeah. I'm really sorry. My network was really acting up. Gosh. Sorry about that, guys. So someone was talking about I was betrayed and life taught me to trust nobody. Sorry about that. People will always betray. And this is now, betrayal actually happens when you've put all of your trust in these people, like you've trusted this particular person, and they turn out to now put it on your face. I'm sorry you went through that. Sorry about that. So someone else might feel free to comment about, if you actually could go back in time, which version of yourself would you hug? If you're to go back in time, which version of yourself would you hug? I think for me, if I'm to go back to my old the version that I can hug, is the version of not listening to people's opinion, because I discovered late that nobody wants the best for you except your mom or except your parents. Because when you share something with people out here, they'll make you feel lesser of a human being. Sharp. Sorry, I I had too much in. Thank you for understanding. Thank you so much for understanding that. So, like for me, I came to understand that, if 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 actually I would not be listening to people's opinion, maybe there's some of the things that I would have done before right now. Yeah. So that is actually what I came to learn. And now let's go to our next lesson about this whole story that I've narrated. Lesson now that breaks you but actually builds your faith. I want us now to talk about it. There was a moment where everything I depended on failed me. Hey, yo, people disappeared. The plans I had planned collapsed. My support system actually vanished. Comfort got dissolved. And there was nobody left for me to run to. I was just forced to run to God. Hey, God. Mostly human beings who run to God when things around us are really crumbling. I don't know. So I learned that sometimes God removes everything. Everything, actually, everything that you're learning, because He needs you to lean on Him. So at times, like, God just removes everything, the shoulder you had that you're supposed to lean on, God takes it away, because He just wants you to now go and cry to Him. And that season mostly humbles a lot of people. It stripes us. I got striped. It striped me. It broke me. Mostly it also breaks us. Yeah, you get broken at this phase of life where things are just not doing well with you. Things you, even when you try to do something, you sound like a professional. Can you please introduce your professions? Well, I am a telecommunications engineer. I studied telecommunications engineering in school. I have a small background when it comes to psychology and counseling. Okay. Well, let me say I was just given a leadership. Is it a leadership skill? Okay, it's a gift that God gave me. I've been a leader throughout since childhood, and I've done a lot of counseling to people. So like I feel like that is actually a calling I have. Yeah, that's why you can feel like I'm sounding too professional. I've not studied much of psychology and counseling, but I have a background of it, and even right now I'm pursuing one. Yeah, I hope I've responded to your question. Yeah. So there is this time when you actually have to rebuild from the inside out. You just have to rebuild from the inside of you. This is the time now when life really humbles you and you feel like there is no one you can run to. And just let me give an icebreaker of this whole topic. Back in school, we have students who don't read. We have students who just don't put in any effort when it comes to their studies. But now, when it's examination time, this is the time now they remember God. You'll always find themselves praying to God because they want God to help them pass the exams. But deep down, they know they've never studied, they've missed classes, they've not done assignments, but they're praying to God. So at times, it's always faith based more than practicality. So this is just a similar situation by with us human. It's just like everywhere. Mostly we don't thank God, we don't pray, we don't cry to God when we feel like we're stuck. When life around us is okay, we don't like run to God, we don't like pray. But when life is stuck, we are stuck at one point, start crying to God, even questioning if He truly exists. So What is the lesson that I learned from this season when I just had now to like build my high faith in God? I learned how to pray not because I wanted to, but it was actually because I had no choice. And that is an honest opinion. I learned how to pray because I didn't want, okay, it was not because I wanted to pray, it was because I just didn't have a choice but to pray. I learned patience because waiting was the only option, you know. I learned to surrender because controlling wasn't working on my side. You know, at times you try to control some things and the results even turn out to be what you didn't expect. They go contrary to what you expect, you know. So I learned trust because fear was really consuming me. And this now applies here. I learned to trust in myself. I trusted myself more than I could ever trust anything, you know. Starting a YouTube channel, starting to just upload things to do with healing stories, starting to go live on YouTube. Oh no, I didn't know I would never do this. I didn't know because I was not ready for the online space. I didn't know that I could create a big family here. But it was actually the time that I really trusted myself more than any other person, more than how people will trust me, you know. So fear actually consumes most people, and I think I've spoken about breaking free from fear. I want you to understand that fear really consumes people. It drains you. You just have to like believe in yourself even when no one believes in you. So what's the lesson that I'm trying to like pass to anyone who is here watching me at at this time of the night? Is it night or morning? Okay, in Kenya I think morning has started, but for someone else maybe it's still at night, you know. So when God isolates you, He is actually preparing you. And when God breaks you, He's really shaping you into a better version of yourself. When God delays what you expected Him to do for you, He's actually protecting you from some things. And this, I'm going to just use a very simple example. At times, you'll always find yourself that you want to travel, and then something tells you don't travel right now. And later on, you'll hear it from the news that maybe there was an accident, or maybe you can go to a bus station and then you want to board a specific vehicle, and then your instincts tells you, let me not take this vehicle, let me go to the next one. And then you hear that the vehicle that you didn't board has actually been, what is it, it has been involved in an accident. So like at times God is protecting you from some things. Wow. May God bless you because it sounds like you're telling my story. Like you have really touched my heart and changed my heart a lot. May God bless you. Continue doing what you will what you will change a lot. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm glad I'm really helping you in a way. Thank you so much. May God bless you too. Bless you and bless you. Yeah. So actually God is always protecting you. When you feel like things are not working out, just let God take control because God is the master of it all, you know. Pain at times become a teacher. Faith becomes a, a great anchor for each and every person who trusts in God. So how do you realize that enough at times is always enough? There is a day where there comes a day where every day where things become so quiet, this day becomes even so quiet to you. You just like wake up and your soul says, we are done. You know, this is now when you've been viewing some things that are just not doing well in your life, and then I feel like, no, I'm not gonna take this anymore. So you just like wake up, not because you're angry, you're just like done. You're not angry, you're not bitter. It's not from your emotional perspective, you're just like not emotional, you're just like done. You're done begging, you're done seeking attention, you're done explaining yourself to people who don't understand yourself even better. You're done lowering yourself to meet some people who are lower than you, you know. Most of these mistakes we do, we try to please people around us to a point we lower ourselves to their levels. So this is a day now you wake up, you're done with that. You're done holding to people who don't hold you. As I was going through TikTok sometimes back, there was this lady who said that she realized her best friend was not her best friend when she later she discovered that she knew nothing about this particular friend. So now this is the time when you're always done holding on people who don't hold you. It's a time when you're done settling for half love. You know, you cannot be the one giving people full love and then they reciprocate it with no love at all. So it's that day, like, you feel like enough is enough. This is the time now when you say you're done with ignoring your own needs. You now choose yourself more than anything or more than any other person would have chosen you. And that day mostly is always a powerful day. It's usually a day that is freeing and fulfilling. It's usually the beginning of a new life in your life, you know? And remember, I want to tell someone here that when your spirit says enough, that is God trying to give you permission to walk away. And when you walk away, mostly peace will always return. So that is the whole concept about this whole thing that I'm trying to talk about. And as we close this live stream, we've been here for around 57 minutes. And between, I think it's along the way, we had an issue where my network was acting up. So I want to take I want you to take one thing, and that thing is that you're not weak for surviving. You're not foolish for loving people who didn't love you, you know. You are not late in life. Maybe your life is, maybe you're just a late bloomer. Your life is going to blossom later on. People's life comes differently. People's fate come differently. People's graces come in different times. So you just have like to embrace every particular moment that you have. You're not behind. Don't feel left out. You're not broken beyond repair. This is for the people who feel like they're so heartbroken. You're not broken beyond repair. This is the time now when you can choose yourself. You can choose to heal from what really broke you. You are a work in progress, beautifully, painfully, you know, powerfully becoming what you are meant to be. You are meant to be a greater version of yourself, and all these things that you've gone through were meant to come and strengthen you, to shape in you, and teach you that you deserve to love yourself even more better than any other person. And remember that every story that you've had has shaped you. Actually, each and every heartbreak you've faced has really taught you in a way. You have to take that home. Every disappointment you've encountered actually redirected you, because these disappointments mostly redirects us and gives us a very good setback. And every closed door that you've stepped in was meant to protect you, you know. Every closed door protected you. Every painful moment refined yourself. It actually refined you. It made you who you are today. And healing is not a straight line. It's something I've always been saying. I think right now it's like a song. So if somebody was to ask you what did Victory once say, you'll say healing is not a straight line. Growth is not comfortable as well. It's not comfortable. Life lessons don't come wrapped in ribbons. They come wrapped in reality, and reality hits hard, you know. But you're here, survived, you survived all the heartbreaks, all the chaos in your life, you know. You are growing and you're even rising more and more and more, because God destined you to greatness. And I want you to be proud of yourself, because nobody else will be proud of you more than you can be proud of yourself. Thank you for spending this night. It was actually a 1 hour live stream. I really thank God for this. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for sharing out your stories with me. Thank you for sharing your energy, your presence, your heart, you know. This has been J Victory TV. My name is J Victory. J Victory TV is a space for healing, reflection, and even growth. And I love you all so much. Rest, breathe, and remember that your story is still being written and the best chapters are yet to come. Good night, beautiful souls. I love you once again. Bye. See you tomorrow in our next live stream. See you. And don't remember to to patronize me for my voiceover works. I do voiceovers, professional voiceovers. If you want a voiceover for your business or anything that you want it voiced, kindly consider, because I do great works. Bye. See you all. I love you so much. And thank you for subscribing to my channel.